101.3 FM, The Source.
Jim George is here. So much to learn about technology. You know, when you're out of touch, Robin, as you and I are.
Yes, we are.
It is nice to know that we know somebody who's in touch.
Exactly.
Because by being in touch, you get to know a guy like Jim George. That didn't make sense, did it? Oh, never mind. It's just I'm being distracted by the hedgehog sitting in front of Jim.
I think he's cute.
With Jim?
Yeah. Jim and the hedgehog.
There you go. Hey, Jim, how you
Jim
doing?
the hedgehog is right. For those who can't see it, we have a hedgehog in the office.
Yes, and it's
in the
not
studio.
just a hedgehog. It's a noise-making hedgehog.
When I was petting it, it was making noise.
Do you remember, speaking of gadgets, and good morning, first of all.
Thank you.
Do you remember when we were younger, there were dolls for girls, and you pulled the string and it would talk, like Chatty Cathy? Do you remember that one? Did your daughters have a Chatty Cathy?
They did.
Yeah? And now they have dolls that talk, but there's no string necessary.
Mm-hmm. So no strings attached.
That's kind of, but if you think about it, that's ingenious, isn't it? That they made a tiny little record player and they put it inside of a doll. Mm-hmm. I don't know. That might be more ingenious than those little computer technology they use nowadays, right?
Tiny record player. Yeah.
Well, I know it's a tiny record player. You know how I know?
You opened one up.
I did.
Yes.
I did. I took one out. Yeah, there was a tiny little record in there, and when you pulled the string, it played.
Did you put it back together the right way?
Well,
you can't get them back together. Once you take a girl apart, that's all.
No, let me explain, Lucy. It wasn't a Chatty Cathy. My sister had a Chatty Cathy, and I wouldn't mess with her doll. But I had a doll, too. Mine was Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Aw.
And my brother told me that inside, if we took it apart, we could make a walkie-talkie out of that thing that talks.
Oh.
So we cut open Casper.
Poor Casper.
And we pulled it out. And then we figured out, you really can't make a walkie-talkie out of it. So we put it back in and sewed it back up. But now it was so dirty from our hands. So we thought, well, let's get it back to being white again. And we painted it white. And then it was so stiff.
Oh, boy. The ghost that died and turned
Guys.
Yeah.
So you know what my technology thing has been lately? The art, what do you call it? The art software. Like I've been looking at some tablets.
Like the clips and everything? Or that kind of art?
Yeah, like where you draw on a screen.
Oh, yes.
Or on a tablet or something like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. In fact, see, I got a little
stylus.
I think you gave us some styluses too.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. In fact, I think this is one from over here. This is one, right? You gave us that one?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's fine.
So it's kind of cool. All right, let me go to the phone. If you want to speak to Jim George, the phone line is open. The number is 622-9622. Good morning. You're on the air with Jim.
Yes, good morning. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning.
See, the other day I bought a birthday card for a good friend of mine, and I opened it up and the thing talked and sang and everything else. What the heck's the deal on that?
You opened it up and it did what?
It talked and it sang a song.
Well, yeah. So it's got a little.
Welcome to the world. I thought we were out of touch.
Is this the first card you've seen that opens up and?
It was a very large card, and when I opened it up, it actually scared me.
Yeah, you are out of touch. Yeah. You need to get off. You need to get out more often. Yeah, they do have those. I've been having them for years. As a matter of fact, ever since my daughters were old enough to even make me a handmade birthday card or Happy Father's Day, I've kept every single one of them.
Oh,
and I have a whole drawer full of them. And you can go back, I can go back 15, 20 years and open them up and they have music playing or whatever. It's been around for a long time.
Well, in my case, usually my wife always gets the Christmas and birthday cards and everything else, and she doesn't like my taste, but I just happened to have a friend that was having a birthday, and it was getting pretty close, so I picked one up, and I didn't realize those cards could do that. It actually scared me. I said, what the heck is going on here,
Yeah, no, they do it. They play music, they do all type of thing, and they have the pop-up, as you so mentioned. Yep.
Yeah, what is there, a little battery and a little mechanism in there, or in a little speaker, or?
It may be a battery, but I believe it's more solar. I think if you were to put it in a garbage bag that had no light and try to open it up, a dark garbage bag, I don't know if it would make the sound or not. It needs some energy source, but it could be a battery in there because, you can get these little pens and pencils that light up and they have a battery in them, and then you wonder how small of a battery is that?
Yeah. Well, it was kind of a wonderful surprise, I guess, in a way. All this wonderful automation in life that I'm missing.
Yeah. Yeah, you've been out of touch for a while.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now I don't feel so bad. Now somebody's worse than us, Robin. They're more out of touch than us. I'm just teasing.
I know.
Well, we in our own office just last week we took out 8 fluorescent bulbs out of 2 fixtures. Each fixture has 4 bulbs, the large ones, and put in 2 bulbs just in each one that were LEDs. So we went from 8 bulbs to 4 bulbs, and we have twice as much light in our office.
Nice.
And it's white light instead of yellow light, and they don't flicker. Because, sometimes the fluorescent lights will flicker a little bit, especially when you first turn them on and such as they begin to heat up. So LEDs are definitely here to stay. So if you haven't changed your kitchen fluorescent lights or bathroom, whatever they are, LEDs.
Do you know what? Also, I guess, again, I'm not out of touch. I have noticed this, but it's always interesting when you have a video in fluorescent light. Sometimes it'll look more flickery than it is with your eyes. Something about, I guess, the strobe effect.
It is. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but does the LED not have that strobe effect?
It does not. No.
Oh, interesting.
No. So in the old days, remember how you used to tune a record player, how you used to put the round disc on it, and it would have these little marks?
Yeah.
And you could check the speed to see if it was 30 feet. Same way, you used the fluorescent light. That's what did it. It was 60 cycles.
Oh, okay.
Do you have to put in new ballast for the new LEDs?
You take the ballast out. You don't need a ballast. Now you just 120 volts right into the bulbs. Isn't that neat? You'll no longer have to change a ballast anymore.
Do you need batteries for it then?
Nope, and it's guaranteed for 5 years, the bulb. So it's just the same voltage that you would use, instead of having a ballast, which will convert it to another voltage standard. This just takes the 120 volts in, and your bulbs work.
Wow.
So I have to plug it into the wall, though?
Well, I'm speaking about, you have fluorescent lights already in your house?
Over my kitchen, over the ceiling and over my
Right,
sink.
so you just take the old bulbs out. You take the little metal shroud off. It just pops right off. And make sure the power is turned off,
Okay,
all right? Take the ballast out, and when you buy the bulb, it comes with instructions on how to rewire it. In other words, you just put the 110 volts where you bypass the ballast.
Oh,
You just bypass it.
okay.
And then you put the shroud back on, and you put the bulb back on, and you're done. Just that simple.
Oh, isn't that interesting?
Did you hear the guy who invented the hokey pokey died?
I did not hear the guy. He put his foot in too far, or what?
He put his left foot in to the coffin, then he put his left foot out.
Yeah.
Then he put his right foot into the coffin, he put his right foot out. They're having so much trouble with that guy.
Yeah.
Good morning, you're on the
Turned
air.
himself around.
Good morning, you're on the air with Jim George.
Good morning, Mr. George. Quick question for you. These fluorescent bulbs, when they go bad, will the new LED tube fit in the existing fixture, or do you need to replace the whole fixture with LED?
Nope, the LED bulb is made to fit into any fixture. So all you do is look at the end of your fluorescent bulb, and it will say something like T8, T12. It will have that on it, or the bulb itself will say that. And then when you go down to Lowe's or wherever to buy your LED light, you just get one that has the same end. That's it.
What about that black box that's on the old, what's it called, the starter, whatever it is?
Yes, that's the ballast that we were just speaking about.
Yeah. Do you have to replace the ballast, or do you bypass the ballast, or how does that work?
Well, today's you bypass it. Years ago, you would change the ballast if you were going to LED. Now you just take it out. You bypass it. If you want to leave it in, it's no problem. All you do is wire around it. If you say, well, I don't have the screwdrivers to take the old ballast out, no, just cut the wires, put them together with Scotch locks or some kind of twist locks, or tape, and you're done.
Well, thank you very much. It's
You're
very
welcome.
nice talking to you. Thank you.
All right.
I have a question specifically about cable TV. Do the Nielsen ratings from years ago, Are they conducted the same way as today, or does cable
Almost.
TV kind of automatically do it? Like
It's semi-automatic, so they still have their calls that they make, where they call you and ask you what you're watching and have you watch. I mean, I get calls and they'll say, "Let me ask you a question." Sure, okay, Bob. Are you presently a cable subscriber? And if I say no, they go, "Okay, thank you," and I hang up. And if I say yes, then they'll say, "Did you watch the game last night on ESPN?" And I say no. They say thank you, and they hang up. Because if I did, then they want to start interviewing me. So they'll say of the number of calls they made, 500 had no cable, another 10,000 did not watch it, but 100,000. But the way the cable works, the middleware, the device that tells the box to stay on and what channel you're authorized for, that middleware also can say how long you watched that channel. So if you were just cruising and went by the Super Bowl and saw a commercial and watched it and went, "Oh, that was cute," and then went on, it won't log it because you were only on for X seconds. But if you watch it, then after, I think, 30 or 45 seconds, it starts timing how long you were on it. So they can determine what channel you were on and how long you were on it.
And does that also include like the internet, like Netflix and things? Is Nielsen involved with that also?
No. So once they make the connection to a Netflix, or you do, let's say through your TV, then Netflix carries that.
Oh, okay.
Netflix's software does it from that point on.
the reason it came to mind is because there was a story this morning about the halftime performer. What's his name again?
Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake. There's I guess you can bet in Las Vegas that his performance will be in the top 10 of all the Nielsen ratings of all the Super Bowls.
Wow.
So, but I was wondering, how do they know that so quick?
They don't.
Oh, they don't.
No, they just guess. They just want to. I mean, if they don't hype the Super Bowl every day until it's done,
Yeah.
I mean, you've been taking the phone calls. You know what's going to happen.
That's what it is. Yeah.
There people are not going to watch it. I've got whole friends of mine ask me, are you going to be? I said, well, first of all, I've never watched the Super Bowl game in my life. Mm-hmm. I've never watched a complete sports event in my life.
But have you ever watched the commercials for the Super Bowl?
I have, as an after effect, where someone would say, "Did you see the Budweiser frogs?"
Oh,
and I'll
yes,
say
yes.
no, and they'll go, "Oh, you got to watch that." So I go online, Budweiser frog.
Yeah.
No, I'm not challenged to sit down and watch 2 or 3 hours of them. People running back and forth down. You imagine how boring a tennis match is.
Yeah.
Oh man, I think a guy could get a kink in his neck watching a tennis game. And then a golf game, you hit the ball, you chase it, you hit it again, you chase it. Come on.
You should really market a T-shirt that says tennis or something on the front, and then on the back, a guy could get a kink in his neck watching this.
That's right.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, there are a lot of people that aren't going to be watching the Super Bowl because
Right.
the fans have dropped off because of all those, the NFL guys disrespecting our flag and veterans by taking the knee. It's horrible.
I was surprised when you had the guy on from the Ag a little bit earlier today, and they have a chicken advisory board.
Isn't that
The
something?
chicken advisory board? I
Yeah.
mean, what's it take to be on the chicken advisory board? What kind of credentials do you have to have?
Yeah.
My fine feathered friend, or what is it?
What if it pays well?
Did you know that monkeys floss their teeth?
I did not.
Did not know that.
They use
How do they do that? Why would they do that?
because they eat things and they get stuck between the teeth.
Yeah. So
You know what they use as floss? Bird feathers. That's what made me think of it. When you said
Oh, my
Bird
gosh.
feathers. Okay.
because of the quills.
I guess. I guess they look around the floor of the woods wherever they live.
They're smart.
Well, in Vietnam, we used to brush our teeth with twigs.
Did
So
it work?
yeah. So you've been out, let's say, for a month or longer,
man, yeah.
and you would get a branch, a nice green branch, off of some tree, and you would take your knife and you'd cut like a cross in it, and then you cut another cross in it, another cross until the end is all frayed,
Oh.
and then you just
brush your teeth
brush your
that
teeth.
way.
And if someone happened to have toothpaste, or if someone happened to have soda, baking soda or whatever, then of course you would dip it in there first before you would put it in your mouth, of course, and then you would, brush your teeth that way.
That
Wow.
never occurred to me. Hygiene while you were serving
Oh,
our
yeah.
country in
Yeah.
What you've gone through, wow.
Yeah, it's
gosh.
unbelievable. Did you get my little email I sent you on FM radio being part of your cell phone?
Yes, I did, but I don't think I've tried it. Do you remember how to do it?
Well, basically, you have to contact Verizon or whoever your carrier is and ask them to turn it on for you.
Oh, okay.
So the difference is instead of downloading a WOCA app
Right.
and then using up your minutes and your airtime to listen to WOCA, you just tell your provider, let's say Verizon or Sprint or whatever, turn on the FM tuner built into my cell phone.
Wow.
And then when they turn it on, all you would do is just go to it, and you would see all the frequencies within range of you, just like any other FM radio. And there you go.
Can I read something to you from my phone?
Certainly.
This is actually something I'm curious about. Okay, a hotspot.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm going to read to you. Personal hotspot. It says, turn on personal hotspot to share your iPhone internet connection. Additional usage charges may apply. I wonder how much it is. Other devices signed into your iCloud account will be able to use personal hotspot without having to turn it on manually. And here's my question, because it says to connect using Wi-Fi, I have to choose this iPhone from my Wi-Fi setting on my computer, or connect with a Bluetooth, or connect with a USB wire.
All right. So
What do I need to know here? Because I think I want to do this.
So let's assume you would like to get on the internet with your computer.
And if I'm somewhere where there's no Wi-Fi.
Right. So you would
Okay.
you would connect to the cell tower with your cell phone, and you would turn on the hotspot. And then that slings to your computer. So when you turn your computer on and you go to the wireless settings on the bottom, usually right-hand corner, and you right-click it, and it shows all the different wireless access available, it will say Larry's hotspot. And then you click on it, and now so when my tech would go to be with North Carolina, and we drive all night, 12 hours, leave at 7 in the night and arrive at 7 in the morning.
So you've used this.
He would cruise the internet on his computer through his cell phone, which was connected to
And does it use
to the wireless.
Does it use a lot of data, or does it depend on what you're doing?
It uses data. He had an AT&T plan that was unlimited because his sister worked for AT&T.
Ah, okay.
And she got a special plan, and so he backboned her special plan. But but you can make a hotspot.
Special plan.
I never heard that as an adjective, backbone or verb.
But you can turn your cell phone into a hotspot, yes. So, like, if you were streaming a movie and you were watching it and Robin wanted to see it, she could just log on to yours and watch it.
But that would be just very expensive, though, right? I mean, you use a lot of data is what I mean to say.
Well, you would use the data plan, and so would she. Be both of you using a data plan, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gosh.
But the FM radio thing I think is fascinating because, no matter where you're at, if there's an FM radio frequency available, and as you know, some of them travel long distances. And remember, it's an FM radio, it's not an AM inside your cell phone. But I was reading on it, and it says that they are working on an AM app for your cell phone.
Why would they want to do that? Why would they?
Well,
want to
because
do
AM
that?
really travels far.
Oh.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look at WABC New York.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to, as a kid, I listened to that every night in West Palm Beach.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I used to hear it in Daytona,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go.
but I couldn't hear it in Ocala. I always figured it was because the ocean was. I figured it was jumping across the ocean and.
No, it skips. It hits the ionosphere and lands. And you ever been at a stoplight and you're listening to the radio, and you stop and the radio goes almost dead, and then you just move up like 2 foot and it comes back in
yeah.
again? All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it goes out in rings, eccentric rings, and you were in the middle of the 2 rings. Just move up a little bit or back up a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I never
Now,
knew
Jim
why
should
that
call in and
happened.
talk to us about this. He's the guy who knows all that stuff.
Do you know what used to happen? I don't know if it still does, but over by the post office in Ocala, if I was listening to WOCA and I drove to a certain spot, it would pick up WTMC, which is no longer existing.
Yes.
Isn't that weird?
It is weird. Yeah.
We do have a phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Jim.
Yeah, I wanted to tell you about AM when we were kids. There was a certain road we'd go down and we'd get all static, and it was said that it was where 2 AM frequencies crossed, and it was just in that one spot. But as far as the radio station, one of the most original radio navigation things on airplanes was the ADF. And if I tuned in 1370, it would take me to WOCA. And they were good for flying in, like, to the Bahamas, because they follow the curvature of the Earth, where the more modern VOR one is a straight line only, so you got to hop from one to the other.
Look at there.
This has an amazing range and follows the curvature of the Earth. It's kind of cool, huh?
Wow, so you could hear it in the airplane way down there.
Yeah, if you turned it up, you could hear it, and it would direct me right over your tower.
Wow.
I tuned it in. They have to have an instrument that's called the NDB or ADS, and you'd pick up an NDB frequency from the station using this. They hardly ever use it anymore, but it was the original radio equipment. Because again, and it still is for outside of GPS for ocean flying, because it follows the curvature of the Earth. You don't have to worry about it disappearing off to the horizon.
Wow.
So how cool is that?
Yeah, we need to tell Dan about this.
That's
He's
very
in his
cool.
plane. He can find all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
This is Karen, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
I
Karen.
didn't know you'd recognize my voice anymore.
Yeah. Well,
All
good.
right. Well, have a great day.
Thank
and
you.
a good weekend.
Yeah, I recognize the voice, but talking about planes, she might be the only lady pilot I know, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Amazing.
Kind of
It
interesting.
is amazing. It is
Yeah.
amazing.
We should get calls now and then at TMC. We were notorious for that light going out, and our tower was tall enough that we needed a light.
Mm-hmm.
So we get calls all the time from the FAA, maybe? Or,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it was the FAA.
Yep.
Did you know your light's out?
Yeah, there's two towers right behind my building, within 100 feet of my building, and the lights are out on it. And the crane crew was there about a week or 10 days ago, changing some antennas. And I said, your lights are out. Yeah, well, that's not our job. That's another crew. And I said, yeah, but 350-foot tower with no lights.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, that's
That
not.
is
not
their
good.
job. That is their job. Oh my gosh, they lied to you. It is their job.
Yes.
Well, always good to see you, Jim.
Same
so,
here.
So you're not going to watch the Super Bowl. You're not going to have Super Bowl snacks on Sunday. What are you doing Sunday?
I have no idea. I have church. I tried. But tonight is First Friday,
Thanks for Friday.
and you're at the chocolate factory.
We are over there, yes.
And I keep promising to come by, and I never do, so I'm going to.
Come by and get some chocolate.
I will. Come get
Bring a
some
chair
chocolate.
and sit with us.
I will.
We got an extra space there because we're in a fenced area.
Sounds good. Let's see. What instrument can I play? Let me think.
That's right.
yeah.
You got a kazoo.
Because
Bring an
there you
instrument,
go.
yeah.
A comb with some paper, toilet
go.
paper.
Do that.
All right, thank
All right,
you.
everybody come in and see us tonight and see
First
Jim,
Friday.
and see Jim, and we'll have fun
Got it.
and get some chocolate.
That's it.
Thank you, Jim. We will take a
you.
break. We'll be right back.
So,
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump tweets, the rank and file are great people, but he claims the leadership of the FBI and Justice Department are biased in favor of Democrats. We're waiting to see a memo Republicans say shows the FBI abused authority.
In a statement, the FBI said the Bureau was given a limited opportunity to review the memo before the House Intelligence Committee voted to release it. Meanwhile, former FBI Director James Comey tweeted, all should appreciate the FBI speaking up, adding American history shows that, in the long run, weasels and liars never hold the field, so long as good people stand up.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland. Vice President Pence attends a House campaign rally in Pennsylvania today.
Republican State Rep Rick Saccone, ahead of a special election next month, gets a vice presidential boost of support today. Saccone is being challenged by former Assistant U.S. Attorney Democrat Connor Lamb.
Fox's Jeff Manasso. The economy added 200,000 jobs last month. Unemployment steady at 4.1%. Fox News. We report, you decide.
When you're hiring, you want qualified candidates fast, and it can be hard to know where to find them. More than 3 million businesses use Indeed.com, the world's #1 job site. Whether you need entry-level or highly skilled employees, Indeed helps you find great talent and make the right hire. Indeed is offering new users a $50 credit to give their first job post premium visibility as a sponsored job. Redeem this offer at Indeed.com/promo. That's Indeed.com/promo. Terms, conditions, and quality standards apply.
Are you looking to get out of your timeshare with a 100% guarantee? I'm Karen, owner of Lone Star Transfer. We have helped thousands of timeshare owners get out of their timeshare legally and ethically. We have an excellent track record, and we have an A+ rating with the BBB. Call us today for a free consultation at 855-551-7066 or online at LoneStarTransfer.com at 855-551-7066 or LoneStarTransfer.com. We will help you today.
Come to the 5th Annual Habitat for Humanity Strawberry Festival on March 3rd, 2018 at the McPherson Government Complex. The festival goal is not only to have vendors, food, a car show, a kids zone, wag, wiggle, and walk, live entertainment on the main stage, a down-home pie eating contest, and all things strawberry, but to also raise funds to build a habitat home for a family in our community. Check out their website, habitatocala.org, and follow the link. The Habitat for Humanity Strawberry Festival is March 3rd from 8 to 6 p.m. Come early and enjoy the day.
Hello, gorgeous. Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located in the heart of downtown Ocala, right next to the historic Marion Theater. I'd like to invite you to stop by and see our new boutique area and meet our